The real question. If millions of families are going into debt just to eat, what does that say about the true health of the US economy? A new survey shows that about a quarter of Americans are using buy now, pay later apps like Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay just to buy groceries. We are not talking about sneakers and vacations. We're talking about milk, eggs, and pasta on a payment plan.
Folks, some of you are saying, yeah, we've been hearing this for years. People are struggling to get by. The good news is people are talking about it now. Younger people are talking about it. They're waking up to things we've been talking about here on this channel for years. They're putting two and two together and they're saying something's not right. This can't last much longer. They're saying they can't last much longer. Individuals are saying, how much longer can I struggle living, barely scraping by paycheck to paycheck, but still keep working and doing the same thing every day, the hamster wheel, as many would call it. Let's finish this up. We've got some crazy economic news to talk about in the second half of this video, so stay tuned for that. Let's listen to what she has to say here, though, the rest of it.
And that number is climbing fast, which means more and more people literally can't afford food up front anymore. Let's be honest, Wall Street might look fine, but Main Street is starving.
Yes, they're talking about the economy grew this much or the economy grew that much. Grew what? Grew people into debt or buried people into debt, right? The amount of debt is growing, that's for sure. But the amount of wealth at the top 10%, they're getting wealthier.
Call me crazy, but I would love to live in a society where moms don't have to worry about feeding their children, where dads don't have to work 10 jobs to make sure that Eggos can go in the toaster in the morning. That would be my ideal society, but I know.
All right, quick warning if you have young people around. Some of these people may be cursing a little bit. That's how angry they've become. Listen to this one.
You guys believe in this shit? Check out some of these prices. Are you kidding me? Almost $4 for a bottle of water. Are you kidding me? Look at this shit. What the hell is wrong with these people? Look at this shit. Nearly $4 for some damn regular Starburst. $3.29.
First of all, where's he shopping at? It looks like it might be a 7-Eleven or something. Not the cheapest place to shop.
Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me. Look at this shit. Let's see what else we got going here. This is bullshit, guys. These prices, this is ridiculous. Watch this. Let me show you this other one. Look at this. For a damn Hershey's bar, look at this. Look at this. $3.29 for a regular damn...
$3.29 for a candy bar. That's pretty bad, right? I haven't bought a candy bar in a long time. It seems bad.
Hershey's bar? You guys are smoking crack. But I think I will get the one for $3.29 with the almonds.
Come on now. Did you see this, folks? He said the prices are ridiculous, but he's buying it. He's buying one because it has almonds in it.
Look at this. That's crazy. For this little dinky thing, you guys believe in all these prices? $3.29 for this little candy bar and all the other crap? Ridiculous.
Come on, dude. He just messed the whole thing up. The point is, if things are too expensive, stop buying it. I respect him for putting out the video, but people that buy stuff that costs too much is the reason why things cost too much. When people stop buying things that cost too much, they'll have to lower the price. Otherwise, the stuff's just going to sit on the shelf. And in that case right there, the stuff's just going to spoil. The food's going to spoil if people don't buy it. So they're going to have to drop the price. All right, some drinks that I used to buy. I was drinking one in my last video. I don't have the bottle here, but you guys saw my tip up the green drink. Some organic green vegetable drink. They raised the price from $4.29 to $4.99. So it comes out seasonally because it's organic juice. It only comes out in the summertime. Like they start selling it in July and it's usually sold out by October. So I guess they only grow it in the summertime, whatever, the ingredients. So this year when it came out in July, they raised it from like $4.29 to $4.99. I can get a better juice at a place called Trader Joe's year round for the same price. So I stopped buying the juice that they raised the price on. So it was like Grocery Outlet, some other stores like that. So the stuff ended up sitting on the shelf because I wasn't the only one that stopped buying it. So they had to lower the price. Now they've got buy one, get one free. Right? That's just a small example of how this works. If you keep buying $3.20 whatever 9-cent candy bars, the price is going to stay at $3.29. They'll probably even raise it, all right, because people are still buying it. But if you stop buying it, if all of us just say no, enough is enough, that's when prices finally come down, right? You get it? It makes sense, right?
There's one girl on TikTok, and she's like, I guess their rent was $2,500 a month, and their landlord's raising their rent to $4,000 a month.
Oh my God.
So she started a series of, let me show you what a $4,000 apartment looks like in New York City. And, you know, it's a flooded laundry room. It's, you know, all these things that are wrong with the building.
Yeah.
And like, they want to raise the rent without fixing these things. So
Slumlords raising the rent and not fixing anything. A flooded laundry room, $4,000 a month, New York.
$4,000 a month is $48,000 a year.
So much money.
$48,000 a year, and it's to rent. You're not even purchasing
that's
something.
just for the roof over your head. That's not including anything else you need.
Right.
You know, food.
Right.
Lights.
Right.
Water.
Right.
All of those things.
And furniture and clothes and, you know, just the
just bare
daily,
necessities.
Yeah, bare necessities.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Life is hard. I feel sorry for the...
That's insane, folks. $4,000 a month for rent. For rent. I mean, it's getting to the point where you have to work so many hours that the roof that you're paying for to go over your head isn't over your head very often because you're barely home because either one, you're working, or two, you're sleeping. So I guess you're buying a place to sleep. But if you have to work 2 or 3 jobs, then most of the time you spend at home might be just sleeping, and you're spending $4,000 a month. That's insane, folks. New York City. I would never live in New York City unless it was an amazing job where making, you know, $300,000, $400,000 a year. But even that would be putting up with a lot of traffic and congestion and everything else. I live in California. It's bad enough here. The reason I'm still here is because of family mostly. I do like San Diego. A lot of things to do here. You have the mountains, you have the oceans, everything else. But the costs are outrageous. All right, folks, we're going to hear from a few more people, and we've got some news on the other side here.
Me that they're also living paycheck to paycheck. And I just wanted to talk about that for a minute because the way that we're living is absurd. And I don't want you guys to feel alone in this ridiculous struggle that lots of us are going through right now. I'm 23 years old. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend. We split rent right down the middle. I make almost double what minimum wage is. He makes over double what minimum wage is. The only reason we still split rent right down the middle is because his car payment is almost triple what mine is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Insurance payments, utilities, phone bills, all of that kinds of stuff. We've got all of it. We have pets to feed. We don't ever go anywhere or do anything fun.
2 incomes, no kids, but they do have pets. Some of you are going to say sell the pets. If you can't afford them, sell them.
We don't ever buy new clothes. I take that back. I bought that dress for $8 in the sales section at Marshall's the other day.
$8 dress at Marshall's. Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Ross. I've shopped at those places many times for better prices.
Last new clothes I bought before that were these scrubs that you're looking at right now, clothes to wear to work. And the only reason I bought those is because work reimburses me for them. I'm not going to tell you how much money I owe on my credit card, but I have had to pay rent on my credit card.
2 incomes, they don't have any kids, and they have credit card debt and car loans.
Before. Basically, the only way that I can feed my cats is if I buy their food on my credit card and pay it off as best as I can later. My half of rent is almost an entire paycheck for me. We literally had to set up the system where we make 2 rent payments, half at the beginning of the month, half in the middle of the month, or else I would not be able to ever pay rent on time.
Wow, they've got to split the rent up into 2 payments, folks. And these are young people, 2 income streams.
I could get a second job to be able to make more money, but I'd be sacrificing every ounce of free time that I have left, and along with that, every ounce of happiness that I have left.
Thank you. Every ounce of free time, every ounce of happiness. That's why so many people are struggling right now, right? Not just financially, but it also takes a mental toll after a while. When you work nonstop and you still have nothing to show for it, you may have a roof over your head that you don't own, but it can drive you crazy after a while.
And I simply can't do that. Like, I'm already losing my mind. Which is why I started posting on here, because lots of people have gained opportunity through TikTok, but I don't have a whole lot of time to sit here and make authentic content and chat with you. The only reason I did today is because I happened to get home 10 minutes before my boyfriend. We live in such a small space, I can't ask him to go somewhere else and try to be quiet. Like, this door is broken.
She doesn't even have a separate room to do her own video. And they have 2 incomes. And they're living in such a small place, she can't even do a video in her house if someone else is home, because there's no separate room to go into.
We have no choice but to be in the same room. I've been trying really hard to be consistent, but I'm losing stamina because in the last year I've made maybe $50 on TikTok. Like, it's bad. Y'all are about to see me on TikTok live. Thank you for the roses, because I'm but just letting you guys know, it's not just you. You're not.
All right, let's hear it.
How are y'all affording stuff right now? I feel like we're not talking enough about this. Everything is so freaking
Here's the answer: borrowed money and loans, credit cards.
expensive. And I don't know what the heck. I know I'm not the only one going through this. I mean, from groceries, clothes, everything is so expensive right now, and it's literally by the grace of God that me and my family are surviving. I can't imagine what it's like for somebody who doesn't make the type of money that I make. And I don't even make a lot of money. But, like, this is really a struggle. How are we surviving?
Credit cards mostly, folks. And it used to be where credit cards were something for convenience, where people would just buy something on credit card instead of using cash, pay the card off in full each month. Now the credit card has become a survival tool. People literally wouldn't be able to survive without their credit card. They just don't have the money to pay it off at the end of the month. That's why you see debt exploding amongst the consumer population, folks. And by the way, another survey came out and it's not looking good. We're going to get into that here in a few minutes. But first, let's hear from somebody else talking about this whole economic situation right now, cost of living crisis.
Does anybody else like have to work overtime in order to like survive? Because I pretty much have to work over to do the stuff that I need to do and still like pay the bills. Like, it's an every month situation to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Volume's kind of low. She looks like she's got her camera phone on her lap, probably because she's driving and she doesn't want the police to see her holding the phone, which is, yeah, at least she's not holding it.
With these bills.
Basically, she says robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's getting so bad now where Peter's actually robbing Paul.
And like regular life stuff. I'm not vacationing. I haven't bought a new pair of shoes in months. I haven't bought myself anything.
No new shoes in months. That's pretty good, but I haven't bought a new pair of shoes in probably a year.
In months.
Just saying.
Besides coffee and stuff like that. I'm buying regular food. You know, I'm not like, we haven't had no seafood, like nothing crazy. Like, we've been made.
Bottom line, the reason I'm playing these, folks, is because not everyone's going out spending money wildly, trips to Vegas every weekend, baseball games, concerts, entertainment packages. Not everyone's doing that. Many millions, I think tens of millions of people are not doing much at all and still barely scraping by.
Like, I don't know how much more to budget right now. Like, what is people doing for their budget? Like, how are you guys saving money? Like, the cost of everything is an arm and a leg. Right now, it's back to school. So you got supplies on top of clothes, book bags, all that stuff. Then it's football season. So football is expensive. Just everything. Just.
What do you tell your kids? No football, no football pads. You shouldn't have to buy your pads, though. School should supply them.
Just everything.
Back to school supplies, though, you have to buy those.
Like, I want to know how can I use TikTok to make more money for regular stuff? Like, I don't want to be TikTok paid just so, oh, I want to go on vacation. I want to go do this. I want to be TikTok paid so.
People aren't even trying to go on vacation. People are just trying to survive. Well, let's get into the next latest news, folks. We know that the number of people living paycheck to paycheck, there's different studies, different surveys that come out. We know it's anywhere from like 60% up to 75%, even higher. Another one just came out, though. It's one that comes out every year. And let me just give you the numbers here, folks. It got a lot worse, as you could probably have guessed. More consumers now living paycheck to paycheck. Cost of living crisis. Now, this one's, again, about 70%. But look, this particular one that came out of debt.com, 69% this year. But last year, it was 60%. And the year before that, it was 50%, folks. So it went from 50% to almost 70% in just 2 years. The number of people living paycheck to paycheck. And other surveys might come out next week, next month, and it might say it's 75%. It might say it's 80% because things are continuing to get worse in that aspect, folks. It's insane. Also, Moody's Analytics chief economist out there, Mark Zandi, he's saying that a third of the U.S. economy is already in recession or at high risk of recession, and another 1/3 is stagnating. Well, if you look at the number of people living paycheck to paycheck, 75 or 70%, if you want to look at that last survey, 70% of the country's in recession. If you look at the number of people struggling, barely scraping by. So why don't they put that number out there as far as if there's a recession or not, right? As long as it seems like as long as the top 10% are doing well, they're saying the economy is strong and doing fine. So what do we do about this, folks? Invest. Look for investment opportunities. Don't live your life in a shell or not ever do anything fun. Look for things to do that are fun, that are cheap and cost effective. Try to save money. That way, when an investment opportunity comes up, you'll have money to invest. There's nothing worse than prices coming down. Imagine prices coming down in 2008, 2009, and 2010. Home prices came down a lot. Imagine if you had no money to even put down a down payment to get a house. That was the best time to buy a house. That's when I bought a house, right? It was an amazing time. But imagine the buying opportunity comes along. You don't have any money set aside. So watch what you spend. Be very cautious. Don't go overboard on the vacations, even though I love vacations. If you want to live paycheck to paycheck, but just have fun, that's your choice. You know, some people think that's the way to go. Just have fun and YOLO, right? You only live once. Other people say, no, I need to have something to show for my work. I don't want to work my whole life and not have anything to show, not have anything to pass down to your kid, a loved one, right? Some people just don't want to be on that particular boat. You know what I'm saying here? So what do you think about all this, folks? The new report saying another 70%. Another number came out, 70% paycheck to paycheck, 60% last year, 50% the year before that. No end in sight. Price is still going higher for the most part. A couple areas of relief. Rents are coming down nationally. They're still going up in some cities, but overall, on average, they're coming down when you factor everything together. Couple pockets of relief, folks, but most of all, prices going higher. Right, big ticket items, for the most part, still going higher. Let me know what you think, folks. As always, keep stacking. Bye for now. Peace.